He said, my wife's love makes me think of my mom, and my mom's love makes me forget about my wife.
What? Hey guys, welcome back to your favorite podcast, Candid Convos.
It's your girls, Emelita and Gina, and we're back for episode 54.
54. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Really crazy. I can't wait till we hit 100. It's going to be like, are y'all tired of us or no? Because
hopefully not.
by then there's like, God, there's more than 2 days already full of content, but like at 100, that's like a lot of time. I'm not even gonna try to do the math, but a lot.
A lot of our shenanigans, our tangents,
mm-hmm.
And we're gonna bring some more
the randomness.
Today I feel like it's all about tangents.
It's all about random tangents, random things that we found. We're gonna start by celebrating with y'all. If you have us on Instagram, you've already heard the news. But Gina, tell them what happened.
Guys, all 1,000. We have 1,000 listens. And we're happy about it. We're proud about it.
I
was gonna say something else and I lost it. There was something that was gonna come after. It's gone.
Happy, proud, and excited for the next 1,000.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we're just grateful. That's all.
Watch half of it's just us.
Not that very much could be.
The good thing is that they don't show who listens, so we will never know.
Mind your business. But if you can't watch your own content over and over and over, you should not be putting content out. You know?
That's true.
Because I can genuinely laugh at the randomest little things that we say or how we said it, and it will still make me laugh, even if I've seen it 5 times, you know? Not to toot our own horns, but
I know I was gonna be like, does that make us narcissistic? But we're just genuinely proud.
No, yeah, I don't think it comes off cocky because we've talked about however many times we are not the most secure people within ourselves. So it's not cocky or like confident. It's just we're getting to a place where I feel like we can enjoy ourselves a little more, you
know? Yeah, that makes sense. I like that better. We're gonna go with that. For the audio listeners, she gave the thumbs up for that.
Right. I know I always have to remember that people don't always listen or watch it, which also a lot of you guys listen on Apple Podcasts, which totally fine. Come where you want to go to your favorite podcast platform. That's totally fine. But if you want to see our faces and like, you know, reactions and whatnot, YouTube or Spotify. And we actually changed the name on YouTube to both Cloud Nana or Candid Cloud Convos. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's both. It's like a slash. So you can find it with either one, hopefully.
So I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about Rihanna's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show. What did you think about it?
Okay. For starters, I was working when it was playing. So I had the TV muted. So in case of a call came in, I could answer it. So I'm not gonna lie, the first probably 5 minutes I watched it muted, so I only got to see some of the performance, and also I was working, so I wasn't paying attention the whole time, so I missed the beginning, but I have watched it like a YouTube version of it, right? Personally, I liked it, but I think it's more iconic because of it being Rihanna rather than the actual performance itself.
Yeah.
You know, like granted, she announced her pregnancy, which was amazing. That was really cool. Like, I think it's cool that she did it in that way, you know, but I feel like maybe my expectations were just a little bit too high. And I should have expected
I think that's the
nothing.
case for everybody.
Yeah, but I don't know why I expected
because
anything.
she hasn't performed.
Yeah.
You know, like it's been so long since it, so
Yeah.
you're thinking like, damn, and the first time she's gonna perform again is for the Super Bowl. Like this is about to go crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was, and I genuinely think that it would have been had she not been pregnant. But obviously, I feel like at this point she's probably like at least 5 months or something now,
Right.
and like that's what it looks like. At least, obviously, I don't know, but she looks around like at least 5 months.
Mm-hmm. So she's
And
probably
so
starting
like
to get
she can't really do much.
uncomfortable and yeah. And like
So
safety factors too. Like she was literally in the air, so I wouldn't have been moving much either.
So
pregnant
like
or not, I probably wouldn't have even done that because I do not like heights.
it looked like it was teetering and stuff too. I was like, oh no, I'm not even like, I'm fine with heights, but that would be hella scary.
Right.
Like
one thing I will say though, those background dancers ate and left no crumbs, baby. They freaking killed it. And you
I
know,
could have been one of those backup dancers.
Dead ass. And the facials they were giving, ooh, it was so good. That part was so good.
I literally the whole time watching, I'm like, I could do that. I could have done that. Maybe not that part, but you know what? A lot of those stuff, I was like, I do that at home. I do that on a daily basis.
The mirror. You're like, I do that in the shower.
So I think they carried it for her because obviously she couldn't do that much.
Yeah.
So was it a little bit underwhelming? Yeah. And it sucks to say because it's Rihanna, you know, like I love Rihanna and I was so excited to see it.
And I loved singing the songs. Like it was cool to sing the songs. I definitely
the lineup was good.
Yeah, I definitely thought she was gonna come out to a different song. And a lot of people were putting their little predictions in on TikTok. Did you see those? I've seen those. They're hella funny. Oh my god. But honestly, some of those people on TikTok came up with a better lineup in my opinion than what actually was performed. But then again, you know, considering everything and also knowing that they don't get paid to perform at Super Bowl also makes it feel like,
which is crazy because we even talked about that while they were performing. We're like, oh, how much do you think like they get paid to do this?
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, probably
good money.
I thought at least maybe like I would say less than 5,000. I thought most 5,000.
Really?
And then
for like the headliner, you thought that? Or like
for the backup dancers. For the backup dancers?
No. I thought you meant like Rihanna was only getting. I was like, girl, she was better. But no, she did it for free. So.
She did it for free?
Yes, they don't make money from performing at Super Bowl.
No way.
I swear, I looked it up because I was like,
the backup dancers.
No, anybody. I think it's literally just to say that you did it. And like the, you know, like the clout from it. They don't get paid anything. They never have. I don't know.
That's crazy. What if they just all went on a strike? Like, they're like, no one's gonna perform unless you pay us.
At Pepsi. And honestly, for a second, or not for a second, for a while actually, I thought it was the Coca-Cola halftime show, but it was actually the Pepsi halftime show. Well, like they sponsor it.
Does that mean they pay for, if they're like, this is my vision, this is what I want for my performance, do they pay for it all? At least?
Oh, I'm sure. Okay. They just don't get money for actually performing.
Damn, that's crazy.
Which is crazy because the football players make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all
it's not that they don't have the money to pay them. Like, that's what's crazy about it. It's like,
I think it's literally just for like publicity and like to say that you did, you know?
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty iconic to even be asked to perform the halftime show, you know?
Yeah.
So it was nice of them to play football. Meanwhile, you know, Rihanna had her concert day. Yeah. It was cool.
No, but I love seeing her perform. I still really liked it just because it's been so long. And you know, when she gets back into music and does her concerts again, I think she'll make up for it.
Yeah. There was people. I have two things to tell you. There was people saying a bunch of stuff. They were like, "Oh, great!" Like they were talking badly that she was pregnant. They're like, "Great, we're never gonna get an album now." I'm like, no,
or someone was like hella mad that he wasn't the second baby daddy.
Huh?
I said I forgot who it was. He was like hella mad. He's like, I should have been the next baby daddy. It's A$AP Rocky again.
And then did you see what Mr. Donald Trump said?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people really didn't like it. You know,
like who the fudge are you to be talking about the halftime show? Like who
he knew it would get him to
be Sam Hunt.
He would have been, he just wanted to be talked about again. So he knew if he made a comment about her performance, like obviously it would go viral.
People were like, we need him back on Twitter. And I'm like, why?
Because he tweeted one thing about Rihanna.
I guess.
Also, something I seen on Twitter though was, so I guess Chris Brown had posted on his Instagram,
like congratulating her.
No. Oh. So I don't know if this is because of her performance. I don't know what it would have to do with him in this like sense. But this is what he posted. This is verbatim. Okay. It said, if y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my whole entire ass. He said, I'm fucking 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird ass people are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Krishan beat the hell out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay because it's entertainment. All of y'all can suck my disrespectfully.
I agree.
And so he posted on his
I agree.
Instagram, and I agree with that. I think, you know, obviously he knows he made a mistake. He knows it was fucked up. It was the both of them, even too, like not just him. But to still be like, that's the reason why you don't like him when that was so long ago, and he's, as far as we know, he's done better.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. No one's perfect, but to be the one to also be like watching all the Blueface stuff, I think that's the point that I agree with. It's like y'all get on him and want to keep him canceled, right, for however long, for the rest of his life, but yet you're watching all of this literally happen in real time, and it's funny or it's entertaining. It's like, oh my god, like look at them going at it again, you know. And it's not.
Zeus Network is literally monetizing off of their domestic violence relationship.
So Blueface responded in a video.
I didn't see that. I seen the tweet, but I didn't see this part.
So he responded and he literally said, you beat up the wrong bee. He's like, so he goes, you beat up the one who just performed at the halftime at the Super Bowl? Like, come on. He's like, you should have gotten yourself, like, I got myself a ghetto girl, and who's like, she fights back and blah, blah. And literally Krishan is in the background agreeing and laughing. Like, he's literally saying, like, I got someone who no one knew. And so that's why we can fight each other. And that's why we go back and forth. And they're like laughing. So that was his response, was like, oh, I know maybe it wasn't necessarily about me, or the point that you're making is something different, but he used them as an example. So then he was just like, my opinion, you chose the wrong bee to beat up. And she agreed.
I have no words to respond to that, because
and I was like, right.
First of all,
with his chest, nobody should too, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody, regardless. However, you have to allow people to change and make those necessary steps to be a better person, you know, like she said, that's so long ago. Rihanna herself has come out and says that she forgives him, and none of it happened to anybody that's speculating about anything. So if she is like moved on and she's past it, why does the entire world still hold that against him? I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I get it. People do bad things, but you have to allow them to learn and grow. And you don't know at, you know, whatever age he was young, right? Like,
you said 17. Yeah.
When they first got together, or when that whole thing went down?
I think when it went down, because he's saying, a mistake I made as a 17-year-old and I'm now 33.
Right. And so scientifically speaking, he isn't even, that part of his brain that controls impulse is not developed fully. So people make mistakes, especially when they're young like that. And they get into, I think a lot of the times people act out of emotion in certain scenarios that they know they shouldn't, and they can't control that just yet, you know? Like, granted, yes, it was wrong. I agree. But what they're doing now, it's 2023, and a lot of people are more aware of what abusive relationships look like. A lot of people are aware of toxic relationships and what that entails. So to be like, oh, well, I just got one that's going to put up with it and fight back. Like, you're proud of that?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
That was the whole thing, is like, okay, so you're saying, like, you're agreeing, one, that like y'all just beat on each other. Yeah. But, and that it's like, oh, it's good because she fights me back, so it's fine. Like, this toxicity is fine because
like, we both, it's not one-sided.
Yeah, but it wasn't one-sided either in this case with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Like, they were both hitting each other, you know? And so it's like, obviously we're not saying that none of it's right, but we're saying that people can change. And like, I think that's one of the things that kind of, and we like, we'll get into different things after about social media, but like, that's one of the things that kind of that really bothers me with social media now is like the cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like I get call people out on their shit. Tell them
Right.
when they've done
Hold
something
people
wrong.
accountable. We're not
Yeah,
saying not to do that.
exactly. But I think it's not when it gets to the point where you don't even allow people to grow and change and like
Yeah.
make mistakes. You
Right.
know, like we're human. Even the
It's all
people like the
intention.
highest celebrities, everyone's human. Like
Yeah.
everyone's going to make a mistake or say something that's kind of wrong or not
Exactly.
politically correct. But why should we like why can you why can't you forgive somebody? Like you're human too. What makes you
Right.
think that they can't make mistakes, but it's okay for you
The
and they need
only
to be
difference is
canceled
that
their whole
their
entire
stuff
life?
gets aired out for millions and millions of people
Yeah.
to have an opinion about. But you
Yeah.
guys, most people keep shit behind closed doors, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So the only difference is that a lot of people saw that and an unfortunate moment
No
where he
one's seen
acted
yours.
out. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like you can't sit here and point fingers when I'm not saying everyone's in a type of relationship like that or have done things like that, but you've done things that you're not proud of, right?
Mhm.
And you've had to learn how to move past those things and forgive yourself. And that's a huge thing. I'm sure still to this day, he thinks about it and he's like, damn, I messed up,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
because he has daughters now. So I'm sure that puts a different perspective in his brain too. And just going back to the whole like Krishan, like shit, it's
Blueface.
just, yeah, like that whole situation. It's like, okay, that happened when he was a teenager.
Mhm.
Y'all are grown and doing this today. Like,
And making like and doing it for money, doing it and
yeah,
yeah.
like,
It's
I
just
don't
it's
know.
weird.
I
It's
mean, get
really
your
weird.
bag, but damn,
But like that, like and that
couldn't be me.
it's so hard for me to like listen. It was so hard for me to watch that video only because it takes that guy like 10 minutes to say one fucking sentence. Like
I feel
I'm
that. No,
I'm sitting there like
that's
no,
it.
but it's
That's
not
me
even
with reading.
no, but it's not even like that. It's not even that he's stuttering. It's just like, man, you
Oh
know,
yeah, he's probably on
don't like my
fucking
thing.
lean or
So
something.
I cannot. I'm like, get to the
Get to the
get it
point.
out. Come on.
That's what people probably say about us.
I just want to like smack him in the
Like,
back of the
get
head.
to
Like,
the point already.
but we're saying sentences. We're just saying too
Right. We're
many.
trying to
He's
make
not
sense
saying
of what
one.
we're saying.
So we're gonna jump into a few topics. We have like a bunch that we're gonna go through
Yeah.
on this episode, and like always, we're gonna start off with the sadder one first. But like we said, we don't like to just skip over something that's really big and then talk about other stuff that's nowhere near as important.
Right.
But
Like we don't want to bring your mood down, but we also feel like some stuff is very important to spread awareness
yeah,
about.
yeah. So there was a shooting at Michigan State University. I think that was Tuesday, I want to
I
say.
believe so.
Um, just this past Tuesday, and there was a girl who was speaking, and she did like a Zoom interview type thing.
Uh-huh.
And she was saying that she survived this shooting that just happened, but she actually was also in the Sandy Hook Elementary when that shooting happened. And it went viral obviously because everyone's like, how sad is it at the fact that she's now survived, which is amazing that she survived,
Yeah.
but it's sad the fact that she's had to go through two different shootings already in her lifetime, and she's probably only, I mean, it was college, so
Right.
she's anywhere between 18 to 24 or something,
Mm-hmm.
probably that's
And
around
she
the
was
age
in
she looks.
elementary school when it happened the first time,
Yeah.
obviously. So
So and it's just like, damn, like it's still
it's traumatizing.
such a problem that it's literally happening as she's been through it twice now, from elementary to college.
Yeah. I think they said that this is like I, I honestly don't even remember. It was a very high number. This is the blank number. We'll put it
However
on the
many.
screen of how many mass shootings there have been already this year. And it's
Mhm.
February 17th. It's been a month and a half, and there's already like a significant amount of mass shootings in the US, which is
Which like
crazy.
sadly enough, this isn't like it's new. Like this happens, it
Yeah.
literally happens every year
It
to where
repeats.
we're 30 days in and there's been 36 shootings or something like that, like some
Yeah.
crazy number when the year just started.
Right.
But that's like the ongoing reality. That's insane.
Yeah. And then not to say that it's something, because a lot of the times they'll say, oh, we need to do more lockdown drills. We need to do more like prep and all of this stuff. But it's like, it shouldn't be happening at all. This girl should not have had to live through 2 mass shootings at a school somewhere
And
she's
not to say
supposed to be
that,
feeling safe and feel secure that she's getting an education, and she's literally paying for it at this point.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Not to say that like lockdown drills or whatever, all those things to do like as a precaution aren't good. Obviously, they're for a reason because it happens so often. But at the same time, it's like usually the person that is going to commit the mass shooting is also part of those drills. Like they're another student or something like that. So they know what happened. Like it I don't know. It just kind of seems like it negates it at the same time too. Like I get that it's good, but it's also like they're a part of it, so they know exactly what everyone's gonna do and where to go or what. Like it just,
and like the code word. I remember at our school. I don't remember if it was high school or if it was junior high, but they had like a certain name, like so and so come to the office, and that was like a key phrase as to know like, oh, there's an intruder. Maybe it was elementary. I don't even remember. Let's just say Jane Doe, but obviously it wasn't Jane Doe. They're like, Jane Doe, please come to the principal's office. And everybody knew when you heard that name, oh shoot, like it's a lockdown.
No way.
Yeah. But if someone went to the school, they would know that too.
Yeah. I feel like they should make that for just the teachers or something. Well, I guess not, because if it's in like the middle of a class or
or like if you're in the bathroom, you know, like, oh, I need to hurry up and like get to a classroom and get in, or lock, because you know the bathrooms don't lock very good. Oh, I can't even imagine, dude.
No, I was talking about it with a coworker today, and it was just like, you don't even know how you would react in situations like that, never having been through it, you know.
And I was seeing some videos of people in the classroom, and it was all dark and stuff, and they were being quite loud, if we're being honest. Like they were all like yelling at each other because one person wanted to get up and open the door for the police. And I'm sorry, I'm not opening the door for nobody.
They literally tell you not to.
Yeah, I remember I took an EMT class, and we did drills like that too, where we did a lockdown drill, but in our like lockers where we get dressed for we used to have to do exercise and stuff because he was also the fire tech teacher. So they had all the like fire uniforms and stuff in this one area, and we just had like our boots and whatnot. So we locked ourselves in there, and then they were teaching us like things that you can tell them. So I don't know if this is gonna help anybody, but one thing that I learned is like you can ask for, if they say they're the police, you can ask them for 2 forms of identification and make them slip it under the door. Verify that they're a police officer before you open the door.
Yeah. Which is scary too, because like you don't even want to be near that door.
No.
You know?
No.
Like I wouldn't want to go be the one to try to look at it. And like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll just you can figure out how to open the door. Where I'm staying right here.
Loud in that video, and they're like yelling at each other because someone wanted to get up, and they're like, "Are you crazy?" Like, and I'm like, "You guys, like the whole point is to act like nobody's in there."
Like at that point, someone just needs to go and tackle that person if they're really not listening. Like, do not open the door.
Yeah, I'm knocking you the freak out. Like,
and like we can fight about it later. Get me in trouble for it later. But I'm telling you right now, do not touch that fucking door.
Exactly. I'd rather have a fight with this person and save 50 people in this room than for you to be dumb and us to be dead.
Yeah.
You know, like it shouldn't be happening at all. But
like if you're not even considering anyone else,
try and keep yourself safe.
I'm beating your ass.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Period. Like you're
really
just
bad.
Like you're just thinking about what you want to do. Yeah.
The only time I will agree with someone getting jumped.
I'm like, sit your ass down. Do you not see that all of us just sitting here do the same? Yeah. We do not know what's going to happen right now. And they will eventually get the door open if it's really the police.
Exactly. Or they'll have the fire department come and knock the door. They will find us. Don't worry. But just sit here and try and think happy, peaceful thoughts. Think about what you're going to eat for dinner. You're going to make it to dinner. And that's just it. That's all that's going to happen. Yeah. We're going to be fine. I know in the moment that I would probably, you always think about, am I going to be that person who's jumped right into being a little hero mode, not like hero, but you know what I mean? Like can be coherent and like figure things out, or am I going to freak out and have a full-blown panic attack? Or, you know, like it's really scary to think about how am I going to react in a situation. Hopefully none of us ever have to think about that, but it's really scary how your mind you can think you're going to be one way, but in the moment you might just freeze up, or in the moment you might think, when you think about it, you might think, oh, I'm really shy and I'm really anxious, so I don't think I would be able to be fighting back or whatever, but you never know what could happen. I don't
You
think
never know.
anyone should doubt themselves in those types of situations. If you can do anything to try and make yourself feel better or feel more safe or do something, then I would suggest it.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that video too. It's probably one of the ones that went viral from that
Yeah.
situation.
So I'm late night scrolling as one does on TikTok, right? Can't sleep. That's where my mind is. Okay. I see this video of this girl, and it was actually a reaction. Like she was, what do you call it? Duetting.
Okay, yeah.
I think they were talking about the worst revenge you've ever gotten on someone cheating, right?
Okay.
And so she talked about how she had a boyfriend one time and he broke up with her, and she went to go get some of her things that were still at his house, and she still had access to his like dorm or apartment or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes there and she finds a bunch of pictures of them together and like some of the girls' stuff already there and stuff. And so she obviously gets very upset, very mad,
Mm-hmm.
which I understand
It's valid.
completely. But what she does is illegal. So she goes and she has his passwords to his bank information, like whether it be on the app or computer, I have no idea, but she had her access to that and his school portal. I'm not sure what it's called, like passport or something for college. So she took it upon herself while she was in his apartment to transfer all of his money from his checking account to his savings so he would overdraft. And then obviously you get like fees when you try and transfer it back and like use the money or whatever. And so she did that. And then she also dropped all of his college classes.
That's
And
wrong.
she's freely just talking about it on TikTok and it goes viral. And people are like, girl, actually, what do you think about it? Before I
That's
tell you
messed
what
up.
people thought about it.
I think that's messed up.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying obviously he cheated and that's messed up,
Yeah.
but like why stoop down to his level? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's or to be honest, I think that's worse. If you're messing with someone's education, like
Yeah.
and people have if it's college, like you're paying for these classes. I get it.
Right.
He wasted your time. Like I'm not saying he's in the right,
Yeah.
but you were not right in doing that. You know?
Exactly.
Like I think that
Exactly.
part of it's really messed up, messing with someone's education and all that and their money. Moving it to like the savings, that's petty, but it's not really that bad. Like she
It's
didn't steal the money, she
yeah.
just moved it
It is
into a different
illegal though.
account. Yeah,
Regardless, both
I think that's
things.
petty, but
Yeah.
like the other parts, I think that's what's really that's messed up.
Yeah.
It doesn't do nothing. I really don't think it benefits you really at all. Just
No.
move on. He's a piece of
Because
shit anyways.
honestly, they I don't know.
Because now it makes you look
Obviously,
bad, and it makes it
exactly. And why
it
are you
like
wasting
it's a
your
bad look on
time
your
and
character.
energy?
Yeah, like let him be the one to look bad, not
I would have
you.
probably messed up something in his apartment rather
Mhm.
than doing that,
Yeah, like
Like I would have messed with the
that's too
pictures of
much.
them or like something, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't have even thought to mess with somebody's bank account or their classes or anything like that.
Mhm.
That's twisted, girl. That
Yeah.
is twisted.
Yeah, that's so what were the people saying?
People were just like ripping into her ass, like saying, like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's illegal. That's a felony, yada yada. And I was just like, yeesh. And the
Yeah.
fact that it went viral, like, I don't know how long ago that was, but it seemed kind of fresh. So I hope that all is well.
The
I don't
statute
know
of
really what to
limitations
say.
is gone.
I hope she learned her lesson also and not doing that again.
Yeah. Yeah, genuinely. Because now it's not a good look.
No.
It's not a good look.
You just look petty and
Now you look like, now you look wrong. Instead
yeah,
of the focus being on what he did to you, it's not what you
exactly.
did to him.
You should have
You
just
know?
left it as he was the asshole and he
Yeah.
messed up and that's on him. He has to deal with that. But now you're gonna get some bad karma in there too, girl.
Yeah. And
Sorry,
especially for
girly.
posting it. Yeesh. That's rough.
So another viral TikTok. I didn't see the actual video, but it did go viral on TikTok of
Uh-huh.
this girl. She's a new bride, and she was talking about how her mother-in-law showed up to their wedding in a dress that looks pretty identical to the bride, The mother-in-law did go with her when she picked out her dress and said yes to the dress. So she knew exactly what dress she got. She knew exactly what it looked like. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks very, very, very identical.
Yeah, you sent me
like
the
it's
picture
not
of it.
exact, but it's very similar.
It's similar enough to be a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And the color enough to be a problem, because in the caption it was like, when the husband confronted the situation with his mother, she revealed that the gown was cream with gold sequins, as
Right.
if the cream dress is still okay to wear to a wedding.
Yeah.
You know, like that's literally like one of the basics. You just don't
Right.
wear white, don't wear like even off white, unless
Yeah.
the bride is saying, "Oh, it's fine, whatever."
Specifically. Yeah.
Just always have that impression you don't wear that color. Any shade of white, you don't wear.
Yeah.
You know.
And we're not
So
even
it's
that like
respectful.
traditional when it comes to weddings. Gina and I, we
No,
really don't care about like all those little superstitions and all that stuff, but it's
yeah.
just common courtesy
It's
to allow,
respectful, you know.
yeah, it's common courtesy to allow the bride to be the center of attention and be,
Yeah,
you know, like
you're
it's just,
at her wedding.
it's messed up. And I think it's really disgusting when mother-in-laws or sister-in-laws, whatever, try to take the spotlight as if it's not
Yeah,
supposed to be on the couple itself. It's like it shouldn't be about what they're wearing regardless, but like let them have their moment. This is not
yeah,
about you. This is not your wedding. And most likely you've already had your wedding and you've already had that experience. And if someone would have did that to you, you know damn well you would not be okay with it. So I
and
just
even
think
if
it's
you didn't, like, even
wrong.
if you didn't get that experience, this is not your wedding and this is not your
Exactly.
time
And it's
to
not
have
their
that
fault.
experience. Yeah, so like
And
that's messed up. And to like
mind you,
show up, so I mean she had no idea that,
no,
like, or what if
the
she had
bride,
shown her another dress and then decided to get that one right,
yeah,
like last minute,
yeah.
to
The bride
then,
didn't know until she walked down the aisle in her dress and saw the mother-in-law
wow.
already there at the wedding. She did not know she did that until she was
And you guys,
walking down the aisle, down the
it's
aisle.
it's literally, I know there's probably the picture is going to be put up, but like it's
I'll put, yeah,
literally, for the audio listeners,
yeah,
a wedding dress. It's not like it's
yeah.
just you know,
A
a
mother-in-law
cocktail,
dress.
like, you know, dress that's cream with whatever. It's a wedding dress. It's a
Yeah.
gown.
It's like a mermaidish type of
Yeah.
A-line type dress. They both have like a V cut, pretty low with some cleavage and beading
Chaplet,
and
or
lace.
like sleeveless
Yeah, like tank top kind of.
with lace.
With lace. It looks like there's some beading in there. Like she
Yeah.
said,
I
gold
mean,
sequins, whatever, but
it's a wedding dress.
it's a wedding dress.
So like that's already,
Yeah. And if you didn't run it by her, like I think it's messed up if you didn't run it by the bride and tell her, "Hey, I found this dress. It makes me feel so good. I really love it, this and that." And, you know, I just feel confident in it cuz I get it, like the parents of the couple, it's like a big deal for their kid to be getting married
yeah,
too. So they want to feel and
that's
look their best.
fine.
That's completely fine. If you would have ran it by her and if she was okay with it genuinely, then that's your
No
own business.
problem. Yeah.
But the fact that you showed up and you knew what you were doing.
Because
So,
you knew that had you brought it up, she probably would have said, "No, you know what? I don't feel comfortable with that."
yeah.
But so you decided not to tell her and to just show up in it.
No.
So that means she didn't even
We
see her.
fighting. I'm
She
sorry,
didn't
we
see her
fighting.
like before the ceremony, or did
Yeah.
she change? But like from having seen the bride to then the ceremony time, she changed and put the gown on. Like
Yeah.
it was a secret. You know, you kept it all the way up until it would be too late for her to say something.
Right. But I
You
will
know?
say, shout out to the husband for saying something to his mom and having
Yeah.
his wife's back. That's dope. I
Yeah.
love that because I've seen a lot of scenarios, especially on like I Love a Mama's Boy, where that is not the case. So
Dude, I
I think
literally
it's
seen,
really cool.
I don't know if it was on that show. I don't know where I seen it, but I think it was on, well, I
Probably
think it was
was.
on it was on a TikTok, but I don't know what show it was from.
Uh-huh.
That he was like, someone asked him, how do you like describe the difference between the love of your mother and your wife?
Oh Lord.
And he said,
I'm scared.
my wife, oh my God, how did he say it? He said, my wife's love makes me think of my mom, and my mom's love makes me forget about my wife.
What?
Something along those lines. They might not be verbatim, but I swear on everything that was the like intention in his, you know, in his statement.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold up. We'll run that back real quick. Your mom's that makes you forget about your wife? And like I can understand too, and also like to a certain level of like, okay, your wife's love makes you think of your mom, like maybe because she's nurturing and she loves you and she takes care of you, things like that, but not in the sense of like I picture my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part where if it's like that, that's weird. But if
Right.
it's just
It's a
like the
very
fact that
fine
like
line, regardless.
yeah, but if it's more of the fact of like, okay, she just genuinely cares for me and I can feel that, I
Qualities
can sense
remind
it.
you. But why does
Yeah.
her love remind you that?
And why does your mom's love make you forget about your wife? What really is your mom doing that much that you forget about your whole wife?
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
know.
think I have anything nice to say about that.
I feel like once you like
I
obviously your
couldn't.
mom's always going to be important, but like if you're getting married, then that person should now be
Your priority, your
your
number
yeah.
one. The
Yeah.
family that you're building with your husband or your wife or your significant other, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
that should be more important than the family that you were raised by.
Yeah. And it's not saying that you forget about them or you put them on the
No.
back burner, but it's just in the sense of like this is now your person. You've chose
Yeah,
like this you chose this person to be your family and to create a family with
exactly.
or create a life with. And
Right.
so, why defend someone else who you like that's who you were like you said you were born with.
Yeah.
So that's what you already had, but you chose to be with this person.
Right. And
So
right is right, wrong is wrong. You know?
yeah. Yeah.
So as long as you're defending that, then it really doesn't matter. But I think that's really fucked up what she did.
It
And
is.
I would have a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would like bring I would obviously I would let my husband know, but like I don't know that I would bring it up at the actual wedding
Oh
just because I'm
no.
like I don't want it to be a problem. Like I want to enjoy this day. I'm not going to allow this person to try to ruin that for me,
Yeah.
but it is going to be a conversation afterwards
And
and we are going to have
honestly,
to talk about it.
everyone there is going to look at her like she's the dumbass because
Yeah.
everybody else is going to be like, we know that's your mother-in-law, especially
Mhm.
like the bride's bridal
Family.
party and friends
Yeah.
and family. Like I would literally go to you and be like, girl, guess what the fuck, like what is this,
Yeah.
and being like taking pictures like I'm gonna fucking kill her.
Yeah,
um
literally.
yeah, but just like everyone else is gonna be looking at her like, you're dumb, what are you doing,
Yeah.
like you look dumb, you look crazy, you look like you can't let go or something.
Yeah.
So honestly, it doesn't need to be addressed that day because
Yeah.
that whole interaction, everybody's going to be looking at her like she's out of place regardless. So
Yeah.
you made your bed and now you're going to have a shitty time at my wedding. And
Now she's still gonna be able to say like, oh, I have my pictures, like, from the ceremony with her in it too.
but
And
if
that's
you guys
probably
noticed the screenshot, I did not add the clown emoji. That was already there. So everybody on the internet already thinks she's a clown.
that's funny. That's
Clown of the
crazy.
week. We should do that.
That's a good one.
A candid clown of the week. And find one like dumbass person that does something stupid just that irritates us and we have to talk about it.
One of the weeks it's one of us.
Hold us accountable.
As
We're
we
learning
do.
life lessons over here.
Yeah.
That's okay. We all do clown like things sometimes.
Behavior.
We're also cringe sometimes. We're also mean sometimes.
As everybody is. We're human. You're human.
Let us live.
Human.
Human. Don't hold us to the same standards as we were at 17, like y'all all do with everybody else, and Chris Brown included. Like don't hold us to those same standards. If you knew us in high school, you do not know us anymore. And that's period.
Yeah, no, for real.
We're
Shit, I don't even know who that is anymore.
We're just trying to be straight up with y'all.
So I got a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is I want to know, and I'll tell you a story about this actually after the podcast. But yeah, not for y'all, but for Emily.
Oh. Love that.
But
exclusive.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on like the difference between being blunt and straightforward and being rude or mean?
Okay. Like, but the difference between all of them or those two and then the other two?
Well, I guess maybe how you would take it, like having worked with different people, you get a lot of different personalities, right?
Yeah.
And I've personally worked with a lot of people who are very blunt and straightforward. and I've known like they usually have a lot of people they say they don't like to work with them or they don't like them. And I work with them and I have no problem with this person. Like we get along perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But so many other people have a problem with this person. And I'm like, the only thing I can think of is because this person is very straightforward. They're very blunt.
Yeah. So
But
some
the other
people
people
take it
are
the wrong
seeing it
way.
as rude or they're being mean or,
Yeah.
whatever. So how do you kind of differentiate that?
So first I'll tell you what I think about it. And then I
Hmm.
actually, when you added it, I looked it up because I was like, do I
Okay.
actually know the legit definition? So I looked it up and it's kind of different from what I thought. So I want to
Okay.
share with you. So personally, I think if
Mhm.
you're straight, I think you can be straightforward without being blunt. But
Mhm.
like you can be honest with someone. I think being
Yeah.
straightforward is being honest, right? Being blunt, I think it's more like get to the point. You know? Like
I think they're the same thing.
you do?
Only because like you can be honest, but some people are
Yeah.
like, so, I mean, if you really think it, like they kind of try to beat around the bush because
Yeah.
they feel bad to tell someone, hey, that you were wrong in that sense. Like, let's just say
Uh-huh.
that, for example, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
hey, in that situation, like everything was right, but you were wrong when you said that or when you did that. And so,
Yeah.
not saying
But
that
so
even
do you
that
think
is,
that statement is being blunt or being straightforward, or you think it's the same thing? Like
I
in that
think,
situation.
I think that's straightforward. I think blunt is a little bit harsher.
That's what I mean. It's like more straight to the point, like,
Yeah, but straightforward is also just saying you were wrong.
yeah,
Like, no, that was wrong. But other
right.
people sometimes can't say that to somebody and say,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, maybe like I can see their side too, or you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, they just kind of try to say
No,
it in a
yeah.
different way.
I think I think it depends on if you have a relationship with the person
Okay.
and if you respect them. Because
Yeah.
if you were to say something to me very bluntly or straightforward, whatever, I respect your opinion and I respect you
Mhm.
enough to know that it's not coming from a bad place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
that like it depends on the intention behind what you're saying. If you're saying
Right.
something rude or like mean, like straight up, like let's just say you're ugly, right? Not you, but like the sentence
Okay.
you're ugly. No, I don't mean it like that.
Why was that the first thing you
If you
thought
were
of?
to tell me like, dude, you're ugly, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that's being mean or do you think that's being blunt?
No, that's mean.
Right. So the
Yeah.
intention was to hurt my feelings, right?
So like,
Versus being like, oh, dude, um, let's just say your lipstick color, like, I don't really think it's working right now. Like, it's not going with like the skin tone, or like, let's try to change it up, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, you're being helpfully straightforward, you
mhm.
know? You don't agree?
No, no, no. Like
Oh, I'm like,
like,
where did I go wrong?
no, no, no. Like, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's
I
more in
think
my
it
head.
depends
I'm
on
thinking
like
like,
the intention behind it.
yeah, because okay, say for example, you put on an outfit
Yeah.
and I was just like, that outfit's not it.
Yeah. And give
Right.
no constructive criticism.
And that's blunt, right? That'd be
Yeah.
being blunt. I'm just saying, hey, nope, not those together.
That ain't it.
No, that ain't it.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
That's blunt. That's straight. Both, I would say that's both
Yeah.
straightforward and blunt. It's to the point, not it.
Yeah.
But being rude would be like, I think being rude is saying you're ugly. Like, oh,
Right.
you don't look good in that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, that's more
Yeah.
directed towards
Oh,
you and
that
not
was a
necessarily.
trigger.
But right, like it's like
Yeah.
that's more directed towards you as a person and not necessarily like
The
I'm talking about
clothes.
the outfit doesn't look good
Yeah.
or like your lipstick hey, that doesn't look good on your skin color or something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Right, right, right. No, I get that. That
yeah,
makes
so I
sense.
think that's more like that's mean when it's directed towards you as a person, and the straightforward or bluntness is more of like, because a lot of people do see like those type of people as mean, like they don't like hearing something just to the point like that,
But is
and
it mean or do you think they're intimidated?
it could
Because
be
they
both.
can't be like that.
Yeah, I think that, and that's why I thought of it, because I'm like, it's always the people that are really straightforward or blunt that have people that don't like him,
Yeah.
but yet like I have no problem with this person. Why? And like I take, whatever people tell me, I'll like, oh, okay, mental note, but I
Right.
want to have my own impression with this person,
Yeah.
right? So like I'll take it into account, and that's why when I notice something, I'm like, oh, I can see how maybe someone would have taken it that way,
Right.
but I don't take it that way because I understand. I can tell the difference
Yeah.
when
And
someone's just saying something,
I think with work it's different too, because if that person's a higher position, they have more responsibility and they're responsible for getting such and such done. So
mhm,
they're not going to beat around the bush. They're going to tell you exactly what they need done. because they don't want to have to redo it, or have you.
But like, what if it's someone on the same level as you?
Bitch, don't talk to me either. No,
like like if you guys are working together and there's something, they're like, hey, I couldn't get to this, or it's like, hey, that needs to be done, so and so told me this, but I'm doing this. Like,
yeah, I'm fine with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like to the point, like,
on the tone.
have to be. That's a good point. Tone is a lot for me too.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the intention. Like, are you just telling me that to like be a bitch, or you actually needed that done, and or you trying to just make me do your work for you?
Right? Yeah.
But when I looked up the actual definitions, this is what came. So, what kind of a person is blunt? It says a blunt person is someone who says what's on their mind without considering the fallout. They can also be described as straightforward. They're going to say it like it is and be honest with you at all times. Okay. What is the difference between blunt and straightforward? There's a subtle difference. So they kind of are the same thing, I guess, between blunt and being direct. Being blunt is being honest, but often in a rude manner. So they think being blunt is being rude.
Right.
And so being direct is being honest and genuine while remaining diplomatic and respectful. They are both forms of honesty, but the difference is all in the tone and the feel. So we were right. We're on the right path. But I think you can also be blunt without being mean too. So I think it really just depends on what you're saying, who you're saying it to, and what tone you have.
Yeah. But I feel like also the people who are straightforward or blunt, as if it's really not in a rude or mean way.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have to change how they talk just because other people who like can't handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in a work sense, I think like just get it together. And I think it's also when that person's like that with everybody.
Yeah.
That's also my thing, is like you understand that this person's like that with everyone. So it's not that they're singling you out. Yeah. That's literally just
a target. Them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
It's like, I don't get it,
That's a good point. Yeah. Because it's like, if you're brand new and you don't know this person, maybe the first time they say something to you like that might be like, oh, what, but then you catch on because you hear them talking and interacting with other people. And you're like, oh, that's just how they are.
Yeah.
And if it's not actually, like we said, actually mean or actually about rude you specifically rudely, then I think that's fine. That's just how they are. They don't have to work on anything. Because I also hate when people are like, oh, that's just how she is. But it's actually a toxic ass trait. And you're like,
right,
let's grow up here,
Yeah.
But I don't think that's something that needs to be like that.
Yeah, because I completely agree with that. If it's something that's like toxic or whatever, definitely it's not just chalk it up to, well, that's how they are, blah blah blah. Like, I don't like that either. But I don't like when people take their, and I don't know if this is like not nice to say, but like being sensitive. Like when they're sensitive about it, like just because this person is straightforward or blunt and like they get their emotions, in the way of it, and it has nothing to do with any of that. Exactly. Like you took it personally, but it wasn't anything personal. And so then that also bothers me. That's the
problem.
I hate that. Because
a lot of the times people take things so out of context or so personally to where it's like, how are you making this about you? Like, this was not even about you. Yes. And so I think people just, unfortunately, like, they like to play victim a lot of the times, or have people feel bad for them for certain things. Right. So I think it's just one of those things,
Yeah. Because I had an incident where I was like very straightforward. I was blunt. Yeah. And it was taken a different way. As you should. It was taken a different way. And the thing is that like, that's I'm gonna go astrological. Maybe it's the Libra in me. Ooh. It's like I have my people pleasing side. That's my forefront, right? That's like, if we're just meeting, that's what you're gonna get, is my people pleasing. Right. But when I'm comfortable with people, like truly comfortable, I'm very straightforward, and I'm have been told that I'm blunt. So it's like once I get to that comfortability, like with somebody, then you're gonna see that more straightforward and blunt. So it's not gonna be as words in between and what I'm saying? Like,
but it's because you care about the person versus just trying to be mean and trying to be rude.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, when you get close to someone, it's like, I respect you enough to allow you to say those things to me. Because if it really was something that hurt my feelings, I'd be like, dude, what the heck? Why did you say that? Yeah. And then if you didn't mean it that way, then you have clarity. or you have a chance to clear it up.
And that's like, I think the biggest thing is the follow-up is like,
Yeah,
if someone took it a certain way, just talk to that person about it.
it's
Like,
really not
hey,
hard. It's free.
it's
Did
free, and
y'all
it
know
clears
it's
up
free to
a lot of
communicate?
like unnecessary mess and drama
Yeah,
that would come with it if you just like internalize that and didn't even talk to the person about it.
exactly.
Now their response is something different, you know. They should respond in a good way if they're like, "Oh, girl, I didn't even mean it like that. Like, I was just saying,
Exactly.
you know, this needed to be done," or something like
Exactly.
that, you know.
And you can still apologize. Like if you still stand behind whatever you said, you can still
Mhm.
apologize for hurting someone's feelings, even if you
Yeah,
didn't mean to, or your intentions weren't to hurt them or to be
yeah,
rude. Just be like, I still stand behind what I said, but I didn't mean for it to come off like that. Like
yeah.
I'm sorry you, not I'm sorry you took it that way, but kind of, you know?
Like, I'm sorry that the way I said it made you feel that way,
Yeah,
but like, I that's
that's
not where
not
my
what it
intentions
was.
were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Wow, I love that discussion.
Oh, okay.
Like
So
I have another question.
yeah, so I had seen this video on TikTok, and this isn't really that important. It was pretty much just like a kid went up to a girl, she hit her. The girl was like, the comment was, you know, oh, I was about to like smack this little girl, and like, but like kind of like making it a joke,
Oh,
right?
I seen that
But then
at
like
the
the
doctor's
girl's,
office.
yeah, and the
Yeah,
girl's mom comes up to her. She looks super stressed out. It's just like
yeah,
pretty much when I watched it, I thought it was gonna be like some funny video, you know, because of the
yeah.
caption. But when I watched the full thing through, it wasn't funny, and it just seemed like a very like intimate moment, almost like with this
Uh-huh.
mom and her daughter. You could tell the
Like
mom
you
looks so
almost
stressed out.
shouldn't have seen it almost.
So, like something that it's like, why post this?
Yeah,
What's the reason to post it? You know, like if it was kind of like a funny thing to you in the moment, but why record it? Why post it and
yeah.
make a joke of it when, you know, it just didn't seem right.
Clearly looked like she was going through some things.
Yes,
And
yes.
a vulnerable moment is not an opportunity for you to become TikTok famous.
And that's where, like, that's what it made me think of.
Yeah.
Like, that is exactly what it
That
made me think
tone.
of. Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like nowadays it's just with social media, like everyone wants to go viral, but I
Yeah.
feel like they're doing it at the expense of other people at this point. And like I see so many videos of girls at the gym, and mind you, I've been a girl at the gym before, and I
Right.
get like when people are looking at you or someone's staring, like that makes you feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And
Especially at the
that,
gym.
yeah, like that's completely I understand that. But a lot of the videos that I'm seeing is people posting their gym experience and
Mhm.
someone's like watching them or staring at them.
Yeah.
And it's like this person looks like they're not even giving you the time of day. Like they're not
Right.
even paying attention to you at all. But yeah, you're posting this person like onto
Mhm.
social media, you're not covering their face and then calling them all kinds of names and creeps. Like there was one where she was like, he's looking at an underage 21-year-old. And everyone was like, what the hell does that mean?
You're mistaken. You're confused.
Yeah. So it's like you want to get you want to go viral so badly that you're willing to put other people's business out there or their faces out there and all this stuff when they've actually not really done anything wrong.
Right.
Or if something that was cringy or embarrassing, it's like, why are you posting this though?
Yeah.
If you're
Especially like when you're doing something to make someone else be embarrassed,
Mhm.
it's just kind of, and it's unwarranted. Like they didn't actually stare
That's
at
the
you
part.
or
Yeah.
touch you or do anything creepy or whatever. It's like, why?
Yeah. That's the like
Why?
unwarranted. That's what
Yeah.
really bothers me about it. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
like this person was minding their business and you're
Exactly.
reaching for something just so that you can have something to post that you think is going to go viral for social media.
Right. And that people, instead of helping people nowadays, like the first thing they think is, oh, I'm going to start recording because I could go viral off of this.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're recording to actually have some useful information for someone to use afterwards, that's different. But are you going to try and help first, or are you going to pull out your phone? You
Right.
know?
I just seen this video like in between.
Yeah.
In between. I seen it on Instagram where these four girls, I don't have to say what they look like, but
Y'all
four
know.
girls were at a hot dog stand. You know, like the street hot dogs that you get that are
Oh, baby.
fire.
I know what you're
Yes.
talking about. I know what you're talking
Yes.
about.
So they were at there, and I guess they were kept like licking their fingers, touching the food. they're all drunk.
Throwing stuff at
Like
him.
they're throwing stuff, and the guy's like, "Hey, like please, like back up, or like don't touch it, don't touch it." And the girl's like, "She's not doing anything." Blah blah blah. Then the girl grabs, I don't know what she grabbed, starts eating it. He's like, "Oh my god, like why are you doing this?" Blah blah blah.
Right.
There's a language barrier, so he can't really say much, but he's trying to get them away from his cart. And I was like, I would get into a fight that night if I seen that, because that would it pissed me off just watching it, but I could not even imagine like being there in person and
Witnessing
seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, dude,
What are you
being drunk
doing?
is not an excuse to act like that.
No.
I've been drunk and I've never acted like that with anybody, to be like touching all their stuff. Like, yo, this is this guy's money. Like, he's probably just trying to make money to feed his family.
Exactly.
He's out there at, it's probably like 2, 3 at night, you know, or in the morning, I mean.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And like, come on. I mean, that's hella, it's so messed up. I would have
always comes back
caused a scene.
Yeah, it always comes back to the entitlement.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you feel so entitled that you are so important to this world and to this man that he's just supposed to feed you for free? I'm assuming is what you were trying to do, because it didn't seem like they were actually ordering food and trying to pay for it and then whatever, and you know, whatever. They were just messing with him, and not okay. I seen something very, very similar, and it happened in San Jose. I think it was literally last night, where I guess this guy got in a fight with the street vendor. Then the girl he was with ends up going up to him and like causing more of a scene. And it's just like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are you going out of your way drunkenly, whatever, to not just mind your business and go home like a normal person? Why are you like starting a fight or picking a fight with this person who, like you said, is making money probably just to feed their family that night or for the
like,
next
don't mess with the street vendors. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
If you support our podcast, you better not be one of those people out here, because I swear we don't need your view. We don't need your listen. You can go find somewhere else. No. We respect all street
I don't even want to hear
hot dogs, them glizzies, you know, whether it be flowers, whether it be any type of whatever it is. Don't do it.
Yeah. I never try to say how, or like, I don't want to hear about, oh, well, I was really drunk and blah, 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 because that is not a good enough excuse. You would have done that anyways, only because you're drunk is like you're letting it show more, or you don't care that someone's recording or and people are watching.
Right.
But you did it. I like I said, we've been drunk, and no one I've ever hung out with, like been out with, drunk, has ever acted like that.
And if they did, that would have been the last time they ever went out with us. Because
it's just like, we don't surround ourselves with people like that. No. So it's crazy.
And we can handle our liquor.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to get drunk to the point where you don't even realize that you're doing that, you need to cut it off 3 drinks ago. You need to be more responsible. The alcohol is not an excuse, like Gina said. Your behavior is your responsibility, and that's all it is.
Like, you probably just ruined this guy's night. You know, like, he's losing out on money. You guys keep touching food with your dirty ass hands.
Right.
Eating his food, just grabbing it off the grill. I know that shit was hot as fuck and she bit into that. But it's like, you're wasting his money.
3rd-degree tongue burns.
Have you ever really burned your tongue?
Yeah, dude, I just did it not too long ago.
Oh my God, that shit hurt. Yeah, it hurts so bad.
I was trying to test a noodle to see if it was done, but what kind of noodle was it? I don't even remember. But it was shells. So there was hot ass boiling water inside the shell, and I didn't know. And I just
yeah.
Girl, that shit hurts so bad. Yeah. It makes you feel like you have like a scratchy tongue.
Yeah, like a spot. And when you look, it's like literally red. White. Dude, I bit into a freaking, when the Popeye sandwich came out. I got a Popeye sandwich and I bit into it, and all the oils and juice came out. Yeah. Came out from the Jollibee's. Sorry, not Popeyes. It was Jollibee's chicken sandwich.
He stands corrected.
Yeah. I am human. I will own up to my mistakes.
Oh, good. Right now, hold on. I just need a minute. That sounds so good.
Oh, it does. I actually haven't had it in a minute.
I haven't had it since we had it together.
No way.
Yeah, girl. Okay, there's not an abundant amount of Jollibees.
There's really not. There's really not.
There's one.
We got one. And it's
not even that close. I mean,
now we gotta wait till we're together again to have it then.
Yeah.
Don't have it without me, and I won't have it without you.
Oh.
Oh.
That was us doing
Yeah.
if you guys are listening in, that was us doing a handshake virtually.
But yeah, anyways, that's what I hate about social media nowadays. Like I love the funny stuff, I love the motivating stuff, but and the cute stuff, whatever.
Right.
But I just hate how there's such a want to go viral that you're
Yeah.
putting it's at other people's expense. I think that really bothers
Exactly.
me.
And instead of helping people, people choose to go viral.
Record, yeah.
Yeah. Not a good look, y'all. Not a good look.
It's really not. It's embarrassing.
Embarrassing. It's disgraceful. Is shameful. Um and
Sin
you know what?
vergüenza?
I think we have a little bit of time because I just something happened recently, another viral TikTok, and I think or video we need to talk about. And it is a girl in a gym, an apartment gym. We were just talking about gyms and that
Yeah, I
whole
seen that.
situation. So she was working out, and a guy comes up to the front doors and he's like trying to get in, right?
Mhm.
So in my head, I'm assuming that she was trying to be a good neighbor because she must have thought it's an apartment gym. It's not
Gym,
just a
yeah.
public gym. So I'm assuming she was assuming that the guy lived there. Maybe he forgot his key to get in or something. And she was like, oh, let me go open the door for him. Right.
Yeah.
So in the video, it's basically him attacking her off jump, really. Um, and she's trying to get away from him and he's not leaving her alone. Eventually he gives up and he leaves, right?
Mhm.
But so many people are talking about and bringing up the fact that, you know, she opened the door for him. And while I'm sure she regrets it a lot, um I don't think it's fair to victim shame, right? It's not fair for people to make that the driving factor, like, oh well, she opened the door, so okay, but she didn't ask to be
Attacked.
fighting for her freaking life or being attacked. Yeah, like she didn't, just because she opened the door doesn't mean she opened the door to that. You know what I mean? Like it didn't give him, like that shouldn't be, let's hold him accountable. That
Yeah.
shouldn't be what you are basing
Focusing
this whole
on.
thing off of. Oh well, she shouldn't have opened the door. I'm
It's
sure
like
she
out of the
fucking
whole
knows that
video,
now.
out of the entire video
That's what you
where it
got.
shows him attacking her, the one thing you wanted to comment about is the fact that she opened the door.
Yeah.
But like it's I think it's people are very quick to, some people, not everybody, but
Yeah.
those people are very quick to put the blame on anybody else besides the actual person that's doing the wrong thing, that the
Right.
attacker.
Right.
They want to find any other reason for it to not be his fault or not as bad just
Yeah.
because she opened the door. Like, yes, I get it, be more cautious. But like
Mhm.
you said, like anybody, that's such a small little thing. Like, oh, really quick, I just thought this person got
Thought she
locked
was
out.
being
Let me help them.
courteous.
Yeah, like I've done that before, and like or like a apartment pool where someone was like at
Right.
the gate, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, they probably forgot their key. Let me just let them
Yes.
in.
And
Like,
I've been the one without the key. So I
yeah,
appreciate when someone helps me out. So it's
yeah,
just not fair to put all the blame on her and be like, well, she opened the door. She shouldn't have done that.
right,
I'm sure she realizes that.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Let's
so
not
it's
point
like,
out the obvious of like a mistake that had happened, which wasn't
and
even
what's
really a
what's the point of
mistake.
saying that? Like
Yeah.
what's
Like it's
what's
not
the
going to
point of
take
saying,
away
but she opened the
anything.
door? Yeah,
So I just think let's hold the person who did the wrongdoing accountable and stop victim shaming, because she knows at this point that next time she's probably
it's
not going to do that.
it's like funny because there's not funny, but there's like the cancel culture, but then there's also people focusing the attention on the wrong thing. Where it's
Yeah,
like there are
making
so many things
excuses.
you know, to be called out on.
Yeah,
But then there's stuff that people call out that make no sense. Where it's
right.
like, what's the point of this?
Yeah,
Like y'all are just reaching for anything to try to
right.
call somebody out on or cancel somebody about.
To make
But
a comment.
yeah, but then when there's really serious, important things to be brought up and addressed,
Right.
where's that at? Where's the same energy?
As backwards, baby. Is that
Yeah.
as backwards? Have
Just
protection of some sort, whether that be pepper spray or some type of something, whether you're going to a gym or not. I just think you should be as safe as you can be and have some type of protection. um Thankfully she was able to get out, and
yeah.
she's okay, so that's amazing and it's really good. But I think through that people can learn lessons too without having to put her down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But that's our little spiel today. Hopefully you guys liked the flow of this one. I know there was a lot of random topics, but
I liked it though. I really liked that. I thought
I feel like it was fun because we actually both thought of or came to the episode with topics, so it wasn't just like here's one thing that we have to try and hit from every
stretch
angle
out,
explain it to make a whole episode. So this was really cool. So let us know if you guys like this type of flow or this type of episode, because this was honestly a lot easier than what we did.
I liked it.
I know. So maybe we could do this going forward. Whether
and if we ever have a topic that we like have more to talk about, then okay, we'll focus in on that one.
Yeah.
But then just like random ones are really cool.
I know. I liked this a lot. Yeah. Hopefully it translates.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. But Gina, you have one last piece of wisdom for us this week.
Okay, this is by Steve Maraboli. Maraboli? I don't know.
Maraboli. That sounds
cool. I have fed mouths that have talked shit about me. I have wiped tears off the faces of people that have caused mine. I have picked up people who have tried to knock me down, and I have been there for people who have not been there for me. But I will not lose myself in the hatred of others.
Period.
And I really liked that. Sage is making a lot of noise with her little toy right now, so hopefully you didn't hear that.
No, it's okay. I think that's an amazing reminder for us all, especially as people pleasers who are breaking through barriers and doing better this year with all of that. So shout out to us. We're going to keep going and be very straightforward and very blunt. We're going to speak up for ourselves when we need to.
Yes.
But also respect ourselves enough to not let people walk all over us.
Yeah. People try to take people pleasers for granted or take advantage of them because they can be seen as weak. But we're going to, like Emily said, we're going to break that barrier.
Yes, we are. We're going to beat that bitch up.
Yeah.
Like the girls at the fucking hot dog vendor.
Jumper.
So beat them bitches up too. We don't fight about, or we wouldn't fight for much, but that's something we are willing to stand by.
Yeah, that really pissed me off.
This is Candid Convos, and we stand by this message.
And with that, we're out.
Bye.